So, good evening and welcome to the BSCDA Awards Night with a Difference. Normally, the who's who of BriSCA Formula 1 stock car racing will be gathered together, looking beautiful, in some cases, at a stunning location. Unfortunately, we can't do that this year, so we are all in our more familiar surroundings, sat at home. Another difference, your usual host, Richard Kalita, won't be here tonight. Instead, you have me. I really must make a note to ask Richard to stop sending me the hate mail. Don't worry, Richard. After the shambles that is about to unfold this evening, you'll definitely be back next year. Where to start? Well, in a much shortened season, we had the Chase Series, and with it, the chance to win the Rainbow Roof. If ever there was a championship for the inimitable Roger Bromley to win, it was this one. We started at Kingsland in August, where, after spending more money than the two American presidential candidates just to get his car there, Nigel Harry fell foul of the new rules for 2020. The following days, the internet exploded. It reminded me of the Free the Weatherfield 1 campaign off of Coronation Street. Nigel did confide in me that he has since purchased some Otex eardrops for future driver briefings. I think we all enjoyed Kings Lane. Well, everyone except Luke Davidson, who quite literally watched his inheritance go up in smoke every time he attended. Skegness was another track that featured on this year's calendar, and it does stick in my mind for a number of reasons. Most people will be aware that my dad had an unfortunate accident where he was pushed over at the end of the Saturday night session. All I'm going to say is that he had disqualified a certain promoter from the results that evening. No, Miss Marple, I'm just joining the dots. There's going to be a new rule for 2021. You have Charlie Sorter to thank for the introduction of those massive flags that you often see at the start of a football match. No chance of missing those ones, Charlie. At Skegness, some drivers had the added luxury of being interviewed in Dave Riley's motorhome. This came at a personal cost to myself, and one which could take many years of therapy to get over. I still have flashbacks, the blinds closing, and out of the darkness, Dave whispering in my ear, "Jonathan, what happens at a Skegness Speed Weekend stays at a Skegness Speed Weekend." A serious moment, if I may. Get well soon, Dave. There are many unanswered questions in the world. How exactly did life begin? Why do we dream? And how did Ryan Harrison get his helmet on over that incredible lockdown haircut? There are just some things we will never know. At Buxton, Craig Finnegan learned to love tarmac again, and maybe, just maybe, rekindled his friendship with the BSCDA. John quite literally got the horn for Lewis Evans, and Tom confessed he was soaked through to his G-string. That is a true story, possibly, maybe. 2020 was an education. We did learn lots of things. How to say Kevin Hassel's name correctly, that Lewis and Tyrone Evans aren't in fact the same person, and Frankie Wayman Jr. is not shit on wet shale. 2020 also gave us the bromance of Mark Sargent and Paul Hines. We all lived the story throughout the summer lockdown, and we saw new friendships blossom. Ricky Wilson and Mal Brown is just one that springs to mind. The season concluded early, where not only did we see Trackstar try to enter the Guinness Book of World Records for the quickest stock car meeting ever, we also witnessed the young upstart, Mark Sargent, take on the established Frankie Wayman Jr. A clash of truly epic proportion, one not seen since Kanye West and Taylor Swift. It's quite important for me to say now that if anybody is offended by anything that I've just said, please don't be. It is only in jest. If, however, you do wish to make a complaint, then I believe the helpline number is featured in your driver's newsletter under the heading Sophie Clark. On to the awards. Keith Pearce has filled everyone's Facebook feed in his attempt to win Hire Driver of the Year. I think he's hoping it had more hits than he received on track. Both Matt Newsom and Lee Fairhurst would have been in the running for most cars raced over the course of a season. Unfortunately, that category isn't included tonight, and to be fair, Matt would have only finished second anyway. Other awards that didn't make it into tonight's celebration of all things stock cars: Best BSCDA Interviewer of the Year, Best Beard, as seen on BSCDA TV, and Best Hat Wearer, also as seen on BSCDA TV. I'm not sure why they were vetoed. So what's going to happen this evening? Over the course of the night, we have the winner of 8 categories to announce. All shortlisted drivers will be on screen, and please keep an eye out for the most disappointed face didn't win moment. And a final Bob Geldof-esque plea from me. If you enjoy any part of this evening's entertainment, admittedly, not this evening monologue, because who does, or who would, then please consider making a donation to the Chase Series charity fund. David and Ben would love to get over the 10k donation point. And if ever there was an incentive for me to push this, David keeps reminding me that he has a submarine with missiles on it, and he's quite happy to sail it down the river near my house. I mean, do you even sail a submarine? I don't know. Finally, we are on to the awards. Enjoy, sit back, and let's see what awards we have in front of us. So we are on to our first award of the evening, Best Presented Car of 2020. This is the first of our online votes, and on screen you have the three shortlisted drivers. So we have Mark Sargent, Ricky Wilson, and Charlie Sauder. I think A, you guys are the first one, and B, Ricky, I'm enjoying your backdrop. It's brilliant.
I liked it. It's just for Mark is that I saw Frankie today, and he just said that he just wanted some signs putting up. But if you can see that,
Frankie didn't spell them.
Frankie says, "Whoa, hide yourself, Mark."
It's brilliant. So you guys are up for the first award, and that's Best Presented Car. So Mark, just quickly talk to you first. Your paint scheme is quite unique in Formula One stock car racing. Is that a reflection of your personality, would you say?
Do you want to answer that, or are we going to be here all night?
You go.
It's just, we always do something a little bit different in ECR land, hence the pink chassis on the tarmac car, and the pastel blue chassis was not really what we asked for the shower car, but it come out like that, and then it went to have the panels done black and was like, maybe. And then obviously, as everybody knows, when you sign right, and they come to life. So it's just, you know, like Charlie's is black and purple and that, and Ricky's is Lumo, and everybody's individual.
Yeah.
But everybody's car, you look at them when they're all bland and blue and black and grey and whatever, you think, well, I don't know, I'm not so sure. Then you get the lettering on it and the numbers on it, and they just come to life, and you think, yeah, that's all right, that'll do. Yeah, it's different. We always do stuff different, you know, so why not?
Yeah. Thank you. Ricky, you always turn out incredibly well-presented cars. Is it something that, I guess, you pride yourself on? It's like, I want to do this, want to make it as best as I possibly can?
Yeah, it's like Mark said, we just want to try and make something a little bit different so the fans can see a different looking car, because most cars do look fairly similar, especially after Kings Lynn final. But yeah, we take pride in what we do.
You do like a different shade of yellow as well, don't you?
Oh, we got to have it bright, so that people can see me in the wall at Kings Lynn. So
you were there quite a few times, weren't you? I'm not going to talk on that, but yeah, you like the wall at Kings Lynn.
Yeah, we've overdone it with a welder this year for definite. So
brilliant, thank you. And Charlie, you know, Stuart Smith cars, they look quite menacing, and I think the sort of darker colour scheme, it makes it look even more so.
Yeah, definitely. I think the general shape of the Smith cars look pretty mean. Mine and Ricky's, I think you sort of look at them, I think they look a bit sort of stealthy and nice. And with my paint job, it sort of makes it look a little bit more stealthy than most of the others, in my opinion. But it wasn't my my idea of the colours. It was my sponsor, so yeah. I sort of just took it on really. But luckily, I liked it.
Brilliant. Okay, guys, well done for making the shortlist for Best Presented Car. I am now going to announce the winner from my amazing gold envelope. It's like the Willy Wonka tickets in here. It is, honestly. Right,
are you ready? A Willy
Wonka.
What? Sorry, Wonka. Bad internet.
Right. So the winner of Best Presented Car 2020 is Mark Sargent. Well done, Mark.
Thank you very much. Pastel blue wins.
So you get as your reward, you get, see that? Can you see that?
There's Ricky and Frankie says,
you never read that yourself. Joined up.
Now I went on. Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie says as well.
Oh.
War.
Charlie never said that.
Three drivers now.
Is that right? But Charlie never.
Fix.
Don't be like that, Richard.
Guys,
no, it's gone. Friendship's gone.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Commiserations, Ricky and Charlie, but like I say, you're in the top 3, so brilliant. Mark, well done on the first award of this evening.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers.
See ya.
So our second online award is for Best Action Shot of All Time. The shortlisted photographers are Paul Tully, Martin Fitzgerald, and Dave Bastock. Guys, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Things happen so quickly on a stock car track, and it is all testament to you guys that you are there to capture the moment for history. Paul, over the years, there are those kind of standout photographs, aren't there, that kind of reappear on the internet. If one of those is yours, it must be quite humbling and quite proud that you do something and you've got that piece of art out there for everybody to see.
It is quite humbling. Yeah, I do try to tend to post sort of classic pictures. This one that I've entered into this award is a classic picture. It's just great to get the response for it. There's lots of photographers out there that do all an amazing jobs. They all get that elusive picture. That's what we all aim for. So yeah, it just gives you a buzz when you get the kind comments on the pictures that you do get.
Yeah, brilliant. Cheers, Paul. Thank you, Martin. So when you're at a stock car track, photographers are normally stood on the bends. Did you have your own specific spot at each track that you go to, or do you try and mix it up?
We try and mix it up a bit, but 9 times out of 10, a lot of people have their favourite bend, and yeah, you just tend to work with the guys. Really, you just ask them which is your corner, which is your bend or whatever, and you just work with each other. Really.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you, Martin. David, you're the guy normally behind the camera at a dinner dance, so a bit of a change for you tonight. So in terms of when we talk stock cars, we always do sort of best driver of all time. Is there a best photographer list of all time? And who is it? If see, you've got the hardest question for the last.
That's an hard question, because you could go years and years back, or you could do the last 20, 30 years. Oh, it's so hard. I mean, you got Mr. Tull, Colin, Steve Open, Mike Greenwood from the last 30, 40 years, 20 years. They're probably the best lads. Me and I've only been doing it last 25, 30 years. So the lads before us I regard as the best.
You're making me feel old now.
You don't look But I think the thing is, the names that you mentioned, they are almost synonymous with stock car racing. You recognise those names as much as you recognise Frankie Lehman Jr. or John. Do you know what I mean? They are quite famous in their own right.
They're my icons from years, because Mr. Tull and Mr. Botham got me involved in photography when I packed up mechanic in for Nigel Wharton. So that's how I started in it. So
brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't keep you in suspense any longer. I will announce who's won best action shot of all time. I have a gold envelope here, kindly provided by the BSCDA. So the winner is Martin Fitzgerald. Martin, well done.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. It's on my card. No, I've not made it up. Genuinely not made it up. Well done.
Wow, chuff for that.
And there is your can you see that? Yeah, that's your picture.
Yeah.
I hope it's your picture, otherwise Sophie's giving me the wrong one.
That's definitely my picture, yeah.
So in terms of that, so why did you submit that as your best action shot of all time? What is it about that you thought, actually, that's the one that I want to enter into this competition?
To be fair, it was a bit of a rush job, really. I didn't really have anything much from this year. Then the idea came back of, well, let's have an action shot from years gone by. I didn't really look into it that hard, really. I just had a quick look, and I seen that one, and I thought, well, it's up in air, there's bits coming off it here, there, and everywhere. So I just sent that picture in.
It is a fantastic. You look like you were very close as well.
Yeah, I was on the outside that day, so I was in the perfect spot for once, really. It was coming at me head on, and he just hit the marker tyres, and up he went, and it just happened there. So yeah.
So you didn't think about stepping back? You thought, I'm going to stay here and take this picture?
No, I was at the back of the safety fence on third and fourth end, so I was quite safe, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martin, congratulations. This is for you. You will get it as soon as you can get it to you. But well done on winning. And for Paul and David, thank you very much. And equally great photographs. So thank you very much for submitting them. Cheers, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Well done. Thank you.
Cheers.
Our third award of the evening, voted online, is Hire Driver of the Year. And the three shortlisted drivers are Calvin Hassel, Keith Pearce, and John Horn. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Calvin, if we start with you first, just very quickly, you raced 8 out of 9 meetings and you saw the weather forecast for Buxton, didn't you?
No.
Are you sure?
Question?
We have spoken before, and you know, quite simply, you couldn't race without, you know, sort of hiring from Matt. This is the kind of the only way really realistically you can do it, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Without Matt, I wouldn't be able to race in Formula Ones. That's simple as that. He puts a blinding deal together. He gives me a blinding car every meeting, and yeah, it's I wouldn't do it without it. That's for sure.
Brilliant. Cheers, Calvin. And Keith, we spoke at Skegness. You know, basically, you're living the dream this year. You've lived the dream in 2020, haven't you?
Absolutely, yeah. It's been brilliant. It has.
When you sort of set out this year, I think the plan was just to race 2020. Obviously, with the Chase final being
chalking up already, so we'll see how things go. In the process of buying a house, etc., etc. So we just need to try and watch the money crowd.
And John, spoke to you, Skegness, after your brilliant race win, and I guess similar to Keith, you know, without a sort of hiring, you couldn't really do it, could you? It's really important for you to be able to get that out there and race.
Yeah, definitely. You know, a lot of people know it's down to the setup of the cars and maintaining them, and it's just something I don't have the time or knowledge to do. So yeah, Carl really helped me out this year.
Okay, and are you planning on doing anything next year, or was it just kind of one-off this year, or?
Yeah, I'm speaking to Carl. I'm planning to probably do the whole season again. We were going to try and do the whole season this year, but obviously with COVID, there was a spanner in the works. But yeah, I think we're going to try and do Tarmac and Charlotte next year.
Okay, lovely. Cheers, John. Thank you. Okay, so it's now time to announce who has won Hire Driver of the Year 2020. You win this incredible trophy that's next to me on this elevator. I know, it's there.
Really?
Don't read it though. Right, so I have a gold envelope here, Hire Driver of the Year 2020, and I will announce the winner. So it is.
I bet it's Gordon Moody.
Yeah, come on, where is he? He's not even on. I don't know. The clues who's on. Winner is Calvin Hassel. Calvin, well done. You've won. Look, it's there. There you go. Well done, Calvin. Congratulations to you. Well, Calvin, well done. This trophy is all yours. Just very quickly, a good season, up and down, 168 points. I guess
it was a good season, was it? Yeah, I crashed pretty much every meeting I was in. The only thing I had going for me is I went to nearly every one, apart from that Buxton, which I did not know what the weather was going to do. I thought it was going to be a sunny day. How often do you go to Buxton and it's not sunny?
Yeah, I can see where you went with that. Yeah. But it was, I mean, I guess, so did you have it? You had some great moments there. You must have done. You're out there racing a Formula 1 stock car.
Well, that's it. Yeah, it's every meeting's great, and I get to go and crash cars with all my friends. And how many people get to do that? You know, it is great. And I say thanks again to Matthew, because I would not be able to do it without him. It's a massively expensive sport. It requires so much, as John says, setting up the cars and working on the cars. I just would not be able to do it without him.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Cheers. Thank you, Calvin. And before we go, we'd be remiss not to pass comment on your incredible hat, which also has your incredible haircut underneath. So I think, you know, yeah.
I won this wrestling the Fat Controller last time I was on Thomas the Tank Engine. True story.
Is that a true story? Yeah. Okay. I think that's a great place to end, because I can do nothing with that, Kelvin. You've genuinely given me. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. Anyway,
I want you to work on that for next season. All right.
Where to go when you tell me you're going to have that controller? I will.
I've got
Kelvin, congratulations. Commiserations, Keith. Commiserations, John. But absolutely, you were in the shortlist, so you're in the top 3. Kelvin, well done. Like I say, trophy will come to you as soon as we can get it to you. Brilliant. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks for everyone that voted as well.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Guys.
So our final online vote is for Moment of the Year 2020. The 2 shortlisted groups are the 3 girls. For the first time, we had 3 females in a top 10 in a final ever, and Mark and Frank for their Battle Royale at King's Lynn. So if we come to the females first, Ashley, we spoke at Skegness prior to the Sunday, and it was the first time you were going to go off the front of the whites. It turned out all right for you, didn't it, in the end?
It did, yeah. Better than I expected it would to, anyway.
Because you were quite nervous.
Yeah, I was very nervous.
And you said to me, I think your dad was there as well, that if you did better than him, you could have his tarmac car next year. Is that still happening?
Yeah, if I wanted this car, I could have it, yeah.
Good. And Catherine, we spoke again at Skegness, racing Tom's car. You know, you clearly enjoyed it on the Sunday, particularly. You were proper getting stuck in.
Yeah, definitely really enjoyed it. Hopefully a few more next year, but have to do some sucking up first, I think.
But we spoke to Tom after King's Lynn, and he said that it was pretty much guaranteed. It was all yours.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go then.
I may have made that up. I'm not sure. I think so. Phoebe, you know, again, we've spoken, and you've had a really good year, and you kind of put it almost down to, you know, spending more time on your car. Your dad's kind of like giving you loads more sort of his time this year.
I mean, maybe it's time that you give me your car. Yeah, we just had, you know, we spent a lot more time with setups, and we really put a lot more effort into, you know, really working on like just keep like maintenance on the car. Maintenance is so important. It's something that we usually don't have time to do, but it just clearly made such a difference. And I had it probably like the best few meetings of my career so far. So
Brilliant, thank you. And then moving on to Frank and Mark. I guess this is the first time you've actually seen each other since King's Lynn. I feel a bit awkward. I don't really know how to deal with it. It's like having 2 fighters at like a weigh-in. Do you know what I mean? Like facing off against each other.
Frank will win the weigh-in.
Imagine being nominated for an award for being buried by Sarge. I'll leave that with you.
Be honoured, Frank. Be honoured. Yeah. It could have been Tom, but that's normal.
Yeah, that's normal. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
But to be fair to you guys, in all seriousness, it clearly was a moment of the year, and you know, and fans did, I guess, recognise and enjoy what he did on that night.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what Mark had to do. Obviously, unfortunately, I didn't know a lot about it till it happened, because I didn't think I was anywhere near for winning the points and you know, whatever we got. But yeah, it was good racing. I mean, the conditions were so bad. I mean, we're all trying to just keep going, and when it's like that, it's just a bit of a lottery, really. And obviously, we were all doing what we did, and you know, it put a good end to the season, really.
Brilliant. Okay. Anything you want to say, Mark, before I announce the winner? Are you happy?
Christmas cards in the post, Frank.
Yeah, apparently the toolbox is on its way this way, so yeah.
Well.
Okay, brilliant. Right, okay, so the winners will receive this beautiful trophy that's on my left. And in this envelope here, we have Moment of the Year. So, are you excited? Remember, one of you two, Frank, has to disappear and really kind of cross.
Yeah, I'll cry and go that way.
Okay, so Moment of the Year 2020 is Phoebe Wayman, Ashley Wareham, and Catherine Harris. Well done, guys.
Girls win. Fair play.
Has he gone off in a strop? Has Frank gone off in a strop, Phoebe? Is he all right?
He's a bit upset, but I think he'll be all right.
What, more than Kingsley?
He said he's happy he didn't get an award for being beaten, so.
In all seriousness, though, I think it's clearly it's a tough category. You've got your dad and Mark, which was clearly spoken a lot about, and obviously you guys. But I think the public have got actually that was the moment of the year, and it'll go down in the history books, won't it? And I think you've all got a trophy that we'll get to you as soon as possible. It's absolutely brilliant.
It is, yeah, and I think obviously, it's so important that so many girls are making so much history, and they're like, we're all writing our name in the books, and just I think it's so good for little girls to kind of look up and think, oh, they can do that. Like, look how amazing that is, and I think it's really inspirational for like girls that are watching when they're little.
Thank you, Catherine. Ashley, you've got to be happy with that, surely.
Yeah, definitely. Like Phoebe was saying, it's to be in the history books for a lifetime's great. So yeah, really happy.
And Ashley, so you've now got your dad's tarmac car and a trophy, like a really nice trophy.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a great 2020.
Sorry?
It's a great 2020 for you.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially with all this corona rubbish going on, it's nice to have something to look forward to.
Brilliant. Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming on tonight. Well done, Catherine, Phoebe, and Ashley.
Thank you.
You've come back. Okay.
The winner was there and there.
Just want to say thank you all for coming on. Both, everybody's been involved in the moments of the year. So thank you very much for the entertainment you provided. Frank and Mark, sorry you didn't win, but
Thank you.
Thank you.
No worries. See you in a bit.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So we're halfway through our awards show, and I thought it'd be great just to have a quick catch up with David and Ben Crosby. The Chase Series has been synonymous with 2020, and those two guys have been fundamental in kind of pushing the fundraising for NHS and made the Chase for the Rainbow Roof what it was. So David and Ben, we spoke last weekend as part of the prize draw, and we were just short of £10,000. Where are we up to now with that?
Well, we're happy to say that finally we've actually got to £10,000. So we've reached it, which is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah. So just say we've got 10,218 as of now, and on top of that, there's obviously £1,000 paid out in great awards. So 10,218 will be the NHS charities together, which is a great amount.
It's brilliant, isn't it? I think from what I saw of the sort of the commentary from last week's show, people seem to be quite happy with it and really keen with the prize that they've won, and really quite grateful for what you guys have done.
Yeah, and I think it shows that the sport as a whole, how it all came together. The drivers, the promotions, and sort of fans, businesses giving prizes out. It wouldn't have happened without them. We would have raised a few quid, but nowhere near what we've done. And obviously, the roof itself, like I said last week, there's over 150 kids' names that want to go on that roof. There'll be 150 kids that want a picture by that roof with their name on it, and it's the way to attract youngsters into the sport, I think.
And the drivers, didn't they? I mean, the drivers proper bought into the series, and there's a small number that raced it every round and made that commitment to be part of the chase and do every meeting.
Yeah, there was a big handful actually that did all that. I thought it was really good to see the amount of lower graders that committed to it, in particular the yellow grades and the whites. The yellows that went to it. It's got to be the biggest field of yellows I've seen at a lot of meetings, especially the skeggy ones. I think they really bought into it, and also they're the ones who offered up prizes throughout, from side doing track days, Daz Kitson doing stuff, Russell. There's too many to mention, and I feel just really grateful for them all getting behind it as they have done and help us raise this amount of money.
Brilliant. David, thanks for giving us the update, and Ben, thank you for the update. And it's brilliant that we've got over that £10,000 donation, which is fantastic news. Thank you guys for that. Peter, if I just hand over to you as BSCDA chairman, I know you want to say a few words, which you would normally do at a dinner dance.
Yes, well, first of all, I'd like to just thank everyone for the 2020 season, drivers, race teams, fans, promoters. Not what we planned for our 65th year, but it'll definitely be a memorable one. But we still managed to race nine times, or 9 meetings, whichever you call it. The Chase Championship has been really popular with fans and drivers, and well done to all those involved. Steve Rees suggested the idea early doors, and once we knew we would be racing again in August, David and Ben Crosby were asked to assist, and they have both done an incredible job of fundraising. I'd just like to thank everyone who's donated prizes and everyone who's bought a ticket. They have worked tirelessly collecting prizes and organising the prize draw, which took place last weekend. We are delighted to hear that the 10K target has been hit, a fantastic achievement, and I would like to thank them on behalf of the BSCDA and Jonathan as a little something for both of you.
David Bailey,
Yeah, things in the way, but
we can sort of see, yeah. Wow.
It's just a shame we couldn't hand it over to you in person at our actual dinner dance, but nevertheless, it is here. I just finish off by thanking the promotion team for working hard, producing different programs, etc., to keep everyone occupied during these strange times, and we look forward to seeing more bits over the close season. I'd like to wish everybody a safe and close season for looking forward to seeing people trackside next year. Thank you all for all the effort that you've put in.
Cheers, Pete. Thank you ever so much for that. Some great words, and I think, you know, like you've alluded to, that it was, you know, drivers went out there and put on a show, didn't they, for the fans, and that was really important in what was a tough year.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, there's a lot of people for different reasons that haven't raced. I mean, there's people that employ people and they didn't think it was fitting to be going racing the toys when they've got people furloughed. So I understand it was a very difficult decision for a lot of people to make because they have businesses, and without the business, they're not going to be running the toys. So yeah, it's a lot of our decision, and this the Rainbow Series came in place. And to be honest, I think there's a lot more driver that's bought into it than what I really expected. But we've done our best to try and keep people entertained. You know, we got a little bit of extra sponsorship for the Tarmac Series from Jay Davidson, which I'd like to thank him for, which they didn't have to do, which got a few extra drivers out on Tarmac. And the other people that sponsored these events, you know, everybody's pulled together, and it's times like this when you realise how good the sport is.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers, Peter. Thank you very much for that. Some great words, like I say. David, Ben, as Peter said, there's a commemorative award here for the pair of you. There is 2. I only dare put one on my makeshift table. She dropped it, and I've got Sophie. I can see Sophie looking at me. So there's a commemorative award there for you two, which we'll get to you as soon as we possibly can. Just to absolutely, like you said, thank you for all the time that you put into it. It is obviously hugely appreciated by everybody involved in the sport. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. And as David and Ben said, there were 4 drivers that raced at every single round this year, and we're going to talk to them next. So we have had 9 meetings this year, and the 4 drivers that I've now got with me have made the commitment and have raced at every single round. So we've got Russell, Jake, Austin, and Mark. So thank you guys for coming on. We really wanted you to be here so we could recognise the commitment you put into 2020. And I'll come to each of you individually. Russell, I think we need to come to you first, because Jordan's just sent me a message going, get my dad off screen as quickly as possible. I don't know what his issue is. I'm not sure. What is going on?
I don't know what his problem is, really, Jonathan. I ain't got a clue, mate. I don't know what's wrong with this. Everybody has a nice hot tub on a Friday night, don't they? And a beer.
They do. They do. Is it possible to get a screenshot of you in that hot tub for a Christmas present? Will that be all right, do you think?
Yeah, you can do that. Do you want me with clothes on or clothes off?
Well, stop. Just don't stand up, whatever you do. Don't stand up. That's fine.
Jonathan,
No,
we need to
that'll
get a
be a
VAR.
Halloween.
We need to stop.
Can I
Russell,
just say, Jonathan? Can I just say we've got a few sponsors in the background that we do need to get in because they're good people, you know. They good engineering just there, and then we've got racing cargo just here. Yeah.
Russell, if people can look past you, then I'm sure they'll see the sponsors. But I think they're just focusing on you right now. I can't, I don't know. Right. Anyway, we wanted to talk to you. Like I say, you raced at 9 meetings. You had a really good season. You finished 9th in the points overall. You've got to be happy with how 2020 went.
Yes, we are. As a team, I said to Sophie at the start of the season, of the small season we've had, put me in for everyone. We're going to do everyone because we wanted to commit to everyone just to help everyone out and try and get us all going. And that's what we've done. And as a team, the shell cars come together quite nicely. We've got Bruno on board helping us out now with that, and it's really working well. So happy days with that. The tarmac car, it's okay. It's just the driver now. It's letting it down.
Yeah, you'll get them. You'll get there, Russell. You'll get there. But in particular, like you say, you've had a really, really strong season, especially obviously around Kings Lynn.
Yes, I love Kings Lynn. As you know, it's my favourite track. So it's my local track, and I love it. I just run around there like mad. It's just brilliant fun. It's great.
Russell, enjoy your hot tub. Don't go anywhere. Just sit there in your hot tub.
Will do.
Austin,
I'm getting a bit hot in here.
Yeah, don't get out. Don't get out. Austin, I'll come to you next. Again, like I said, 9 meetings, but I think you made even more of a commitment to get to Buxton. You had real engine issues, from what I understand, and you had to spend a lot of time to get your car just to get to Buxton.
It took a bit of work to get to Buxton, but we got there in end, and we weren't meant to race at Buxton. We were meant to just wait to Skegness weekend after, but we got it sorted.
And have you enjoyed 2020? Has it kind of lived up to your expectations?
Yeah, I enjoyed Shale a lot more than Tarmac, because first proper season having to go on Tarmac, but yeah, it was good.
And have you bought any more cars recently?
No, I've not bought any more recently. I'm starting to work on the ones I've got stuck in field.
Because I saw it was your birthday a month or so ago, and I thought, I wonder if he's had another stock car for his birthday, just to add to your growing collection.
No, if I'm going to buy one, I'd have to buy a full one. No more scrappers.
Austin, thank you very much, and thank you again for your commitment in 2020. Jake, come to you. You've had a great season. We spoke at the Motorsport Lads 2 show, and you just want to race stock cars, and actually, where did you come? You came 5th in the points overall. It must have again exceeded your expectations.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't think I'll be there at the end of the year. Had a great year. Just consistent, really. That was the main thing. Doing every meeting, being consistent, top 10, finishing races. Something I've never really done, really. If I went to a meeting, I wouldn't never really finish all the races, and if I did, it would be outside the top 10. So, really pleased with the results I got this year.
And in terms of the Rainbow Route final, you're on the 3rd row, so you've got a great view of what's going to happen in front of you, haven't you?
Yeah, Mark knows, doesn't he?
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, just watch it all happen, I suppose. Couldn't be happy with the grid position. I'm right in the thick of it. I've got Tom in front of me, and I think it's Craig to the side of me, and Matt Newson behind me. So I'm looking forward to what will be my biggest race, I suppose, I've ever been in. Looking forward to getting stuck in, really.
Brilliant. And in terms of next season, having a new shower car, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, having a new shower car for next year. Something I've never done. I've never had a new car. I've always had second-hand cars, and I've always chopped them up to try and fit in them. So I've actually, when I bought my car in 2018, start of 2018, I lifted the roof then, and since then I've grown again. So I have to modify my car to fit in it, and we decided to opt for a new car instead of chopping my car up again, really, basically. So that's one of the reasons why. And then, the other reason is that I'm sort of at my racing career now where I need to make that step up. I've done a year and a half, 2 years now. I need to just make the step up and start competing for wins. Really, that's what everyone does. Everyone wants to go and win, don't they? Everyone has the same mentality. Everyone wants to get to red or superstar, and everyone wants to win. So it's not going to be easy, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Yeah, but like you said, lining up on the grid for the Rainbow Reef, you've got the likes of Craig, Matt, Tom all around you. You're in that company, aren't you? Which is, it must be a great feeling.
Yeah, well, when we did the semi-final last year at Buxton, I was on about row 6, next to Mark somewhere, and I could see the front row. I was pretty close up, you know. So being on row 3 is going to be even better. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the adrenaline rush in and yeah, just taking in the experience. I suppose it'll be great for me to get well soon to Dave Riley. He's a top man and he's always looked after me well. So yeah, get well soon, Dave.
Fair play. Yeah.
Cheers, Jake. Thanks for that. Okay, thank you. And Mark, just come to you finally. So everybody seems to be having a bit of a joke at your expense regarding the Chase final.
What do you mean, everybody? Explain, nuts. Yeah, 6 weeks winning, and then old Chisel Chin comes and steals it. Fair play to him. Obviously, he's crap at maths, but he stole it in the end. So yeah, why not? We had a go, and that was it. But we did more meetings like these boys. Yeah. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Didn't thoroughly enjoy cleaning the car afterwards, like these boys. I'm pretty sure, like everybody else who was at Kings Lynn. But why not? There's nothing else to do, was it? So we all of us who did it, we took part in it, and we love stock car racing, and that is our life. So we just get on with it, and down to the people who run the races, and you guys as well, and the people behind the scenes who made it happen. They need thanking as well. So yeah, we enjoyed it.
Thank you. And did you set out at the beginning to do as many as you could, or say I'm going to race at every meeting?
We like I said to Finn obviously won't do so much now because he's at Williams and he's away from home all the time. But I wanted to do all 9. And we spoke earlier on, and I said like no chance. And we had a really good Lynn, and we played the Joker, and it put us right up there, and the momentum carried us through, and that was it. So we did it. We failed at the end. We come bridesmaid, and that was it. We had battles with these 2 boys more than once, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And it's a job to keep up with these young ones now, because the Fearless, even if they are 9'6", you know, is like the BFG, isn't it? And you got Joe, you know, and Austin and that. Why not? The boys are doing it, and Finn and Charlie and the boys are coming through the Fearless because they're young. And as Russ says, as olders, who's nearly 50, who's half a century, it takes longer to heal. But it's nice watching the kids who's done the minis come through, and that is the next generation of the sport. Yeah. So fair play to them, take a beer, and like Jake said, if you can run and go from yellow to blue to red, and then once you've got to red, you realise that actually, hang on a minute, you are half decent at this job, which is what we always wanted to do, and we've been lucky enough to get there twice, and be a bridesmaid this year. So why not? Like these guys, you just enjoy the job, and all that comes with it, all the Katamari that comes with it, everything that comes with it, and you just embrace it, and it is your life.
Mark, thank you very much. Mark, Austin, Russell, and Jake, like I say, thank you so much for doing the 9 meetings this year and the commitment you've shown. You've each got, I don't know if you can see the awards, commitment award here to my left. There's one of those for each of you, and we'll get them to you as soon as we possibly can, just to kind of say thank you and, you know, for your commitment this year. Cheers, guys. And Russell, don't drop anything else in the hot tub.
No problem. Thank you very much.
All right. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
We are now on to the first of our awards, which has been voted for by members of the BSCDA. And this award is for 2020 Rookie of the Year. The shortlisted drivers were Lewis Evans, Tyrone Evans, and Ant Lee. So, Ant, I'm going to come to you first, because we like talking about beards. I just want to say strong beard tonight. I like it. It's well groomed.
Cheers. Yeah, quick shave.
Good. I like it. You've had a great season. We've spoken a couple of times, and you know, I guess you couldn't have started 2020 and sort of thought this is what I'm going to be able to do, it must have exceeded your expectations in some respects.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd be ready for it really, and then the guys just pulled everything together, and yeah, dream come true really. I didn't expect to finish this high up, and yeah, look forward to next season.
Yeah, was there a particular highlight for you?
Winning first race, yeah. I didn't think that would happen. Not for a long time.
And but it was at King, it's at Kings Lynn, it's a fast shell track, it's a tricky thing to do around there, isn't it?
Yeah, I hate the track. First 3 meetings there, I didn't finish.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So what changed?
I don't know. I think it's confidence mainly. Once you've got to grips with knowing how slick the wet shell can be and stuff, and committing to the corners, it got so much better then.
Brilliant. And thank you very much. And we may come back to you in a minute. We'll see. Right, we'll talk to Lewis Evans. Right, Lewis, you haven't even got a name badge on, so you could be, I don't know. So whoever speaks, I will know is Lewis. Lewis, a great first season in BriSCA Formula 1.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, first race, went out and won that. Yeah, didn't get a final win, but yeah, definitely a great season. So.
Are you two sat in separate rooms?
Yeah.
I asked the same question.
Did you? And why have you got trophies behind you, Lewis, and Tyrone hasn't?
So I'm in the living room.
Tyrone, just come to you. So why are you in a room without trophies?
Well, this is sort of a work room. All the trophies are above my head in the loft.
Yeah. You also had a great first season in Formula 1, didn't you?
Yeah. I wasn't really expecting much for myself, but I knew I had good equipment, so an experience from the minis. I definitely exceeded my expectations, but still, I definitely went over what I thought I was going to do, and
yeah.
I'm sure what anyone else thought I was going to do.
And you got involved in some stock car racing as well?
Yeah, that was a bit unexpected. I was trying to take it a bit easy, just to get used to the sport and the contacts, because the hits feel a lot harder in an F1 than they do in a Mini, so at least I've learned that now.
Yeah, so you've won some races and you've learned how to hit some stock cars. It's brilliant. Okay, right. I will put you out of your miseries. So in this gold envelope here, I have the winner of Rookie of the Year. You will get the trophy that's alongside. You can't even read what's on it. It's engraved with the winner's name, but you can't see it. And that will be given to you as soon as we possibly can. So Rookie of the Year 2020 goes to Tyrone Evans. Well done, Tyrone.
Well done.
How'd you feel?
A bit buzzed, but I think with what I achieved in the year, I quite expected it. Getting up to yellow and winning 2 finals, I think that was a pretty good thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Lewis, did you vote for Tyrone?
Yeah.
That's very kind. That was very kind. Listen, guys, thank you so much. You all came. You're all shortlisted. You're in the top 3. Lewis sorry you didn't win. Tyrone, absolutely congratulations. Well done. And like I say, the trophy will be given to you as soon as you possibly can. So thanks for joining, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. No problem.
Bye.
So this is our award for Hard Luck Story of the Year. This has been voted for by the BSCDA members, and it's kind of to say, actually, we're a bit gutted that this kind of happened to these drivers. And the 3 have got on screen, Nigel, Mark and Tom, that made the shortlist. So we'll just come to each of you individually. Nigel, obviously your nomination was for the first meeting of the Kings Lynn where you didn't get 1-2 in the first race with Jake, and it was gutting. We did speak at the time and afterwards, and you were gutted about that. And I think other drivers and associate members kind of recognise that.
Well, my hands up. I broke the rules, didn't I? So I got my hand slapped, and that was it. Forgot about. Disappointed, but there you go. That's life.
Yeah, I think people did kind of get your disappointment, and obviously at the time, you know, you were super excited, and it's just one of them things, wasn't it?
It was one of them things, yeah. And I took my earplugs out, and then I drove the short distance to the presentation, and it all went wrong. You know, obviously we were trying to get adhere to the new rules, and I wasn't supposed to drive the wrong way. I wasn't supposed to move, and I just did it wrong. Just everything went wrong. First race.
Yeah. I must comment on your outfit tonight as well, Nigel. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I've just got out of the bath. Jake told me, Sophie said 6:30, so I was sitting here at 6:30. I thought, oh, it's not going to happen. So I've not been invited for, so I've been in the bath.
Did you have candles, music?
Whoa, I got a minute. We have a Michael like this. We have a big double jacuzzi, Mark. That's what we do. We have a big jacuzzi bath that we do. So good.
If you watch this double,
that means Jenny was in it as well.
Yeah. We have a big double jacuzzi bath. That's what we do, Tom. Every night.
I've learned lots tonight. It's been a fascinating evening so far. Nigel, thank you for your for sharing. Tom, we'll come to you next. Obviously, you know, we've spoken this year about sort of the bad luck you had with engines, and that's kind of why you're up for this award.
Oh, I thought it was because Mark Sargent buried me at Kings Lynn. That was why I was up for this award.
Yes, finally recognition.
Yeah, it was. It was a tough year, really. It was a lot of work, but you know, the bad luck. I think Jamie Davison should be sat in this seat and doing this interview, really, because it hasn't been a great year for engines, and obviously they cost a lot of money, and you know, he's the man that has to, you know, put it all back together and fund it. Yeah.
It's tough, isn't it, when things like that just go wrong? It's just not pleasant at all.
Yeah, it just seemed to be every time I got into lead at Kings Lynn, it went bang.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, the last time we had a fresh engine, and you know, just a part failed, the oil pump drive broke, and you know, that's another one gone. But we've managed to save that one. So yeah, it has been a tough year, and I'm just glad it wasn't a full season, because I think it would have hurt in some big races.
Yes. We've got one big race left to come, haven't we, at the start of next year, which, you know, you're in quite a good position for that.
Yeah, I can just sit back and watch it all happen, can't I? And
again,
hopefully just turn left while those two go straight on.
Thank you, Tom. Mark, it brings us nicely into you. Obviously, you're up for this one. Leading the points for a long time, and then kind of just didn't get there at the last Kings Lynn of the season.
Sorry, I lost you there. Did you say what? Sorry, just there. Is it a different category? Best steered and best upside down head. No, yeah, it's just 6 times. Obviously, it wasn't 7 times, so no dwarfs for me, just 6. So it's just one of them, innit? We tried, we gave it a best shot, as Tom said. You've got to go for it. When you get your chance, if you get your chance at 49 and 8 months, you've got to have a go for it, and we had to go for it, and we failed, and we was the bridesmaid. But never mind, we enjoyed doing it. We had a lot of support doing it from a lot of people. We tried. You know, second's first loser, but doesn't matter, does it? We enjoyed ourselves. Why not?
Brilliant. Cheers, Mark. Okay, so in terms of if whoever wins this award, you get this beautiful plaque here, if you can see it on my left, and I have the winner in this envelope. So, no, it's not a toolbox. Don't mention that.
Mark.
Oh. What do you got to say about the toolbox?
Right, this is important. We need to announce the award. Stop doing it. We didn't talk about toolboxes. Right, so winner of Hard Luck Story of 2020 is Tom Harris. There you go, Tom. Well done. Well done, kind of. Well, yeah, well done.
I voted for Tom.
Did Mark get second? Can
Hang
someone
on a
tell me, did
minute.
Mark
No,
get second?
wait, Jonathan. Oh, wrong whistle. BAR, please. We need a recount.
Well, looking at my votes, there was one vote in it. So
No. His mum voted twice.
Tom, just you definitely did win. There was no fixing of votes or anything like
No.
that.
I'm not having that.
Not at all, because I can see Sophie shaking her head on my screen as you say no. It's a strange award to win in some respects because it's, but actually I think for you, I do have a bit of bad luck and people have recognised that.
Yeah, I obviously being one of the top drivers in the sport and carrying the gold roof this year, everyone kind of has their eye on you, and like I say, when it did blow up, it blew up in a pretty big way. The two that went pop at Kings Lynn were pretty serious, and so before I just got into the lead of a heat race, and it went bang and blew a hole in the side, and
I did that.
Mark Sargent hit me and wrecked the left one. So yeah, it's been hard. It has been hard. It's been a lot of work as well because not being a full season and for the whole lockdown thing, we've been so busy at work as well.
Yeah.
Just haven't really had the time, which is kind of good that it wasn't a full season. But then again, it's still nice to get out and do something different at the weekends when we could get out. So yeah, big thanks to everybody that votes, and like I said, big thanks to Jamie Davidson and everyone that supports me and sponsors me because, like I said before, 3 engines in a year, it's a very expensive time to go through, and for him to keep putting me back in it and making it so we can go racing again, each week, a week in, a week out, it's can't thank him enough.
Cheers, Tom. Thank you. Tom, Nigel, and Mark, thanks so much for joining us. Nigel, you can get back to your bath. Enjoy yourselves, and thank you very much.
Good night. Right.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, thank you.
See ya. Fix.
So our third award nominated by the BSCDA members is for Performance of the Year 2020. And the 3 shortlisted drivers are Luke Davidson, Mark Sargent and Craig Binnican. So Luke, you were shortlisted for your Skegness meeting where you got the maximum point score. We spoke a number of times that weekend, and it was a great meeting for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great. Never obviously done that before. It's just a great achievement to be on that list of people that have done it.
And because you are in such a historic company, aren't you? It's the big names of the sport, and you've been added into that, and it's kind of a really significant moment, I think.
Yeah, you want to join them legends of the sport by winning whatever you can, and on that day we joined the legends of the sport. I'm not too much. I can't remember the list of drivers that have done it, but to be on there, it's a great achievement.
Brilliant. Before I move on to Mark, 2 things. A, first time I've seen you without a cap on, which is lovely. And B, I'm enjoying the colour coordination between your t-shirt and the walls. It's a good look this evening. I like that.
Oh, that's good. Alfie got me dressed.
He's done very well. He's done very well.
That's good.
Mark, for you, it's because of your battle royale with Frankie Wayman at Kings Lane. We've spoken about it already. It was, one of those performances, I guess, where you took on an established name in the sport.
Frank did?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, it was, yeah. David and Chiselton. Sorry, Goliath, I got threats. Yeah. It's one of them. You had to have a go, didn't you? But before I go any further, can I thank Cheryl Pitcher for sending me some gin? Because it's a really nice drop, actually. I'm on my second one after a bottle of red wine. It's been a long night, but it's nice. It's one of them, isn't it? You had to have a go, and it's just nice sometimes to mix it with the likes of these 2 boys here, and old Ginge, who was on the last meeting. Frank, you can't run with them all the time because I run out of talent a lot quicker than these boys. But the banters, I never run out of banter, so I'm top drawer of the banter, but yellow top on the track. So I'll take that. I'm happy with that.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you. And Craig, you were shortlisted for your hat-trick of final wins, including a first run on tarmac in 14 years. That's a long time.
Very long. Stick to shale and future. No, I enjoyed the very wet Buxton meeting. I don't mind it when it's absolutely so wet, but it's when it's in that in between or dry. We'll stick to the shale setups and keep going that way.
Yeah, it was very wet at Buxton. I think everybody's still scarred by that Buxton meeting, aren't they?
Not everybody.
We are. Right, guys, in terms of how the award's going to work, so it's to my left, so this will be sent to you as soon as we possibly can. And in the envelope, I have the winner to announce. So, Performance of the Year 2020 goes to Luke Davidson. Luke, well done.
Thank you.
Can you have an haircut?
Say what, Mark?
Can you have an haircut? That's ridiculous. Anybody think he's 7 and member of diversity?
I don't think he's either, Mark.
Ridiculous haircut. Anybody think he's 7? I'm not bitter or anything, but 7 years old. He's got Alfie's shirt on, Jonathan.
I'll take that.
Luke, in terms of that Skegness, right? In terms of that Skegness, and obviously you'd had sort of great time over in Venray and great result over there. How does that compare in terms of the significance for you?
Yeah, it's one of the best days I've had of my career, to be honest. Winning all 3 races on the same day. Yeah, it comes close to winning the Gold Cup in Venray.
Brilliant. And in terms of next year, I guess it's hopefully more of the same.
Well, yeah, hopefully we get out a bit more and we can do a bit more tarmac.
Brilliant. Cheers, Luke. Luke, Craig, Mark, thank you both. Commiserations to you two. Well done to you, Luke. And thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you. Well done, Luke.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this is it, our final award of the night and the main award. It's the one award that all the drivers wanted this year. Our 3 shortlisted drivers for overall standout performer 2020 are Tyrone Evans, Craig Finnegan and Mark Sargent. Guys, well done for making the shortlist. Clearly your peers and your fellow drivers think that you were their standout performer of the year, but who's going to win? We shall find out in a second. So, I think, without further ado, or shall we talk to you first? Yes, let's do that.
Treat us. Yeah, treat us.
I think we've done that already. Yeah, Tyrone, you've been, obviously recognised for being standout performer. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, going up against some of the best of the best. I know that some of the drivers didn't come out this year, but definitely the top ones were out there. So coming out there for the first season, I did pretty good.
Brilliant, thank you, Craig. You've had a great year. We've mentioned it a few times, and to be nominated to stand-up performer, it's brilliant.
Yeah, it is to be still out there with, seems to say, everybody else has done very well this year as well. But to come in to shortlist of this category is still a good thing.
Okay, and Mark, you're ever present this evening. You've been up for a number of awards. You've missed out on 3, but clearly, your fellow drivers recognise that you've had a great year.
I feel like Donald Trump.
Okay, in what respect?
The hair. No, it's been a 9-meeting dash, and I've loved every minute of it. And like I said before, to run with the likes of these boys, and I said with Jake and the other lads, these young lads coming in, the fearless, and it's the mini stock mafia, as I call it. They come out the minis and they progress. They're fearless. These 2 lads, they're going to take some catching. And it was the same for Finn and Catherine and Charlie and all the other boys who's come from the minis. It's the future of the sport. Sport's blossoming, especially with Bradford and that hopefully on the horizon. You never know. Steve Reeves might magic that, and then if Coventry comes along, Steve Reeser's got a bit of magic left. He might get Boston back. You never know. You know, it saves a little sparkle dust for that. But the sport's decent.
Yeah.
COVID's here, but it's not staying forever. And I think come maybe April next year, we should be somewhere back to normal and we can all have a full season, which we're all looking forward to, really. The winter's going to be rubbish. Christmas is not going to be great for everybody. But, you know, somebody's shining the torch down that dark hole and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. I think we started the year 2020 with no real expectation that we would even have a season. The fact that we've been able to have nine meetings, and the fact that, you know, we've got drivers like yourselves that have had such a great time out there and delivered some great results. It is brilliant.
It's strange because when we spoke at MWA, we never expected any of this.
No.
You know, MWA was a great show and everybody had high expectations. 7-8 weeks later, wallop, the handbrake's on. And the handbrake's on worse than a Sprinter van, and it's gone through the roof and it's stopped everybody.
Yeah.
You know, life goes on, people get through it, life changes for a lot of people. And you get on with it, you look forward to it, you move on, and you look forward to 2021 with open arms, bit of racing, and crack on and get on with everything in general, really, and look forward to it immensely.
Tyrone, 2020 is a debut season, like Mark says, a bit different, but it provides you a great stepping stone to go into 2021, you know, right from the get-go, doesn't it?
Yeah, right. Definitely giving us some experience and eased us into it a bit, I think, with some of the drivers not being out there and it not being so much of a race for the championships. Yeah, just eased us into it nicely. Got us some good track experience so that we can go at it fully. Well, not fully, but as best as we can next year.
Yeah, thank you. Craig, you've raced a number of seasons. Did this year feel any different because you didn't have that intensity of going for like championships and points? Did it feel different to you?
It did actually, but it felt more of a relaxed season.
Mm-hmm.
There was no chase to get the car ready for the week after, which when you're busy at work all week, it gives you a weekend spare to get your car ready. And it does help. There's been a whole lot more lower graders have found out this year, which the lower graders to me make the sport. Without them, we wouldn't have the racing.
True story.
Again.
So Mark talks about, you know, how prosperous the sport is. Are you of a similar opinion? Do you see that it is actually a great sport?
Yeah, the sport's always been great, but every sport always has its up and down, which we've had more than enough of it. But it's on its way back up again, which is good for the crowd and good for the drivers as well.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, guys, thank you so much for your time. I'm now going to announce who is the overall standout performer of 2020. The award is on my left. It's a beautiful award. It is the main award of the night. So, don't be cross if you don't win.
Are we getting a drum roll?
Yeah, do we all do a drum roll, Jonathan?
Jordan, do one and I'll announce it, right?
I did it.
Oh, do it again now.
Did I come early?
Yes.
Oh. Can
drum roll.
Like Ron Jeremy.
Right. Right, you have to I count down 3, 2, 1, you do a drum roll. 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Go slowly.
3, 2.
Oh, okay.
The winner of Standout Performer 2020 goes to Mark Sargent.
I'm done. Thank you very much. It's just How can you do that? Because these boys have won more races than I've ever been in. But I'll take it. But thank you very much. You got the fast little fella in the bottom left, and you got the fast finnegan on the top right. So I'm proper honoured. So thank you very much. I'm gonna do this. Sod it. There you go. And I'm having a drink. Thank you very much to everybody that voted. Top draw. Much appreciated.
I think it does. You know, like it's almost kind of. You've had a great year, and this just kind of underlines that for you, doesn't it? Actually, people recognise you have had a great year, and you are the standout performer for them.
We just do what we do down this end of the woods. You know, we've always done stuff different, even in the F2 days. I've known Finn since he was like 14, and I've known Tyrone since he was 10. you know, and he come in the minis, and I've watched Finn grow, and I'm old enough to be his dad, I think, or near enough, depending what neck of the country you come from, depending if you're tier 5 or not, I don't know. And we just do what we do here, and Finn's been brought up like it, and we are what we are, and we're never going to change. And some people don't like us, and I can't help that, but obviously 6 people have voted, 5 people voted for Finn, and 4 people voted for Tyrone. So we'll take it with open arms, and it is just very much appreciated. 2020 has been a strange old year, but 2021 is going to be a hell of a lot better, I can assure you. So I'm looking forward to it. Get the next 6-7 weeks out of the way, and then we'll start again. Why not? Perfect. But it is proper appreciated, and I'm going to have another drink. And I've dropped my tonic water on the floor. Thank you very much. It is, you know, cheers to everybody who voted and them who didn't. Thank you very much. Top job. Stay on.
Guys, thank you so much for that. It's brilliant chatting to you. Mark, congratulations on winning overall standout performer of 2020. Well done. Enjoy your drink. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, for a wreck the kitchen.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
So that's it. The first BSCDA Virtual Awards Night is done. It's been a strange year, but it was important to recognise the great achievements we have seen out on track. Before I go, just a few thank yous. Firstly, to Dave Riley, who sponsored the Commitment Award with a tyre for each of the 4 drivers who raced at every meeting this season. I'd like to thank all the sponsors who supported us throughout this year. Jamie Davidson, Teng Tours, Trinity Diesels, Mintex, American Racer and Victory Lane Awards. I think it's important to also thank the BriSCA promoters, track staff and employees. Without you, we would have nowhere to race. To all the drivers, the teams and their families for providing the wonderful spectacle we see out on track each week. And finally, thank you to you, the fans, for your support. It's been a great team effort to put tonight on, and my personal thanks to the PR team that make all this possible. BSCDA TV will continue to provide content throughout the winter months, so please keep an eye on our social media pages. That's it from me. Thank you again for watching. I really enjoyed it.